If you've been looking for indoor plants that can grow without soil, you've come to the right place. Here are a few unique houseplants that love water. These are some amazing water-growing indoor plants that don't require any messy soil. They grow well in glass jars and vases that you can use as a centerpiece. Let's explore the best indoor plants that can grow in water or you can easily propagate for a new plant. Monstera deliciosa. Place a cutting with at least one node in a jar of clean water. Ensure it gets indirect light and change the water weekly. The plant looks quite stunning with its large and serrated foliage. Chinese evergreen Aglaonema. Chinese evergreen plants are water tolerant and have leathery, variegated leaves with a silvery pattern. The cuttings can be multiplied quickly by placing them in a clear vase with tiny aquarium rocks inside. Alocasia zebrina. You can grow alocasia in glass jars filled with clean water by separating the clumps and offsets from a disinfected knife. Peace lily spathiphyllum. Take the plant out of its pot and use running water to clean the roots in order to propagate. Make sure that the plant's roots are the only part submerged in water before immersing it. In order to maintain the health of the plant, it is advised to change the water fully every 2 weeks. Heartleaf philodendron. It can thrive in water, making it an ideal low-maintenance houseplant. Simply cut a healthy stem below a node and place it in a jar of water, ensuring the leaves stay above the waterline. Change the water every few weeks, and watch the roots grow. Monstera adansonii. It can grow well in water. Take a stem cutting with nodes, submerge it in a jar of water, and keep the leaves above the surface. Refresh the water regularly, and roots will develop, sustaining the plant long-term. Pothose Epipremnum aureum. Pothose is another alternative with its glossy, heart-shaped foliage. It will look amazing with cascading pothose leaves if you grow it in water and store it on a shelf in a clear fish bowl or vase. To keep the proper amount of oxygen in the water, keep changing the water every few days. Prayer plant Maranta leuconura. You can grow prayer plants in water from cuttings. The deep green leaves with red veins look adorable in glass jars. It is one of the best indoor plants that grow in water. Dumb cane Dieffenbachia. It can thrive in water by placing a cutting with a few leaves in a jar or vase. Change the water weekly to prevent stagnation and ensure bright, indirect light. Spider plant Chlorophytum comosum. Spider plants look quite interesting with their narrow arching foliage and baby spinnerets. You can either grow them permanently in a glass jar or change the cuttings into a new pot once they root. Keep changing the water every 2 to 3 days. English ivy Heterohelix. English ivy can be your next indoor water garden plant. You can grow its cuttings in vases for a long time. Snip all the bottom leaves of an ivy stem and transfer them into a glass jar and enjoy it on a bright windowsill. Anthuriums. It can thrive in water with proper care. Start by choosing a healthy plant and trimming its roots. Place the plant in a glass container with water, ensuring the roots are fully submerged while keeping the leaves above water. Change the water weekly to prevent stagnation and provide indirect sunlight. ZZ plant Zamioculca zamifolia. Leaf cuttings or stems placed in water can start to develop roots within 2 to 4 weeks. Once roots have formed, new growth may within 4 to 8 weeks. Hyacinth. The hyacinths are grown in a special glass jar, shaped like an hourglass with the bottom half filled water and the bulb placed in the top half. Water should never touch the bottom of the bulb. Arrowhead plant, Syngonium. The arrowhead plant is rather simple to cultivate indoors in water, just like other climbers and vining plants. It will keep growing as long as you continue to add new water twice a week. After the cutting forms new roots, you can move it into potting soil if you'd like. Spiderwort, Tradescantia. Spiderworts are tough plants that grow like a weed in warm climates. The astonishing purple-colored and variegated varieties make them desirable houseplants. The best part is you can grow them in water in terrariums. Chinese money plant, Pilea peperomioides. The beautiful round leaves of the Chinese money plant look adorable in vases. Keep it where it gets plenty of bright light. It is one of the best indoor plants that grow in water. Coleus, Plectranthus scutellarioides. Coleus will offer the most color to jars and glasses with its vibrant, serrated leaves. You can keep it as a tabletop centerpiece in a stylish mason jar or wine glass filled with water because it prefers indirect light. Impatiens walleriana. Impatiens can grow in water for quite a long time. Remove all the lower leaves and submerge their cut ends in water. Once they form long roots, transplant them into pots. This way, more new impatiens will be ready in the nick of time. Caladium. Growing caladium in water is quite easy. Keep the water-grown plant on desks, dining tables, and tabletops for a stylish look. Moth orchid of Phalaenopsis. This beautiful houseplant grows well in water. Place colorful pebbles in the bottom to provide support for roots. Begonia cucullata. Commonly known as wax begonia, can be propagated in water. Simply take a healthy stem cutting, remove lower leaves, and place it in a jar of clean water. Position it in indirect sunlight and change the water weekly. Roots typically develop within a few weeks, after which it can be potted. Lucky bamboo, Dracaena sanderiana. Famous for its forgiving nature, the lucky bamboo is one of the best indoor plants that grow in water. Narrow vases are perfect for this plant, depending on the size. Begonia coccinea. It also known as angel wing begonia, can be propagated in water. Take a stem cutting, remove the lower leaves, and place it in water. Keep it in indirect sunlight, changing the water weekly until roots form. Paper white, Narcissus papyraceus. It can be grown in water for an elegant indoor display. Place the bulbs in a shallow container with pebbles for support, and add water just below the base of the bulbs. In a few weeks, they'll sprout and produce fragrant, delicate white blooms. Snake plant, Sansevieria trifasciata. This versatile plant with sword-like foliage can be included in the water gardens. You can grow this low-maintenance plant indoors in water jars. African violet, St. Paulia ionantha. To propagate new African violet plants, select fresh and robust leaves. Cut the leaf, leaving approximately 2 inches of stem, and insert it into a bottle with a narrow neck. The bottle should keep the leaf suspended and dry. Tea plant, cordyline. To propagate a tea plant in water, cut a healthy stem just below a node. Remove lower leaves and place the cutting in a jar or vase with enough water to submerge the node. Change the water every few days. Once roots develop, transfer the cutting to soil. Ornamental sweet potato, Ipomoea batatas. It will add a tropical touch to your kitchen windowsill. Trim a few 6 to 8 inches long stems just below the leaf node, remove the lower leaves and submerge them half in water. Keep changing the water, and it'll grow. Baby's tears, Soleirolia soleirolii. You can easily propagate baby's tears plants by pinching off a cluster of stems, with or without roots, and placing them in water. Geranium, Pelargonium species. Cut a healthy stem below a node, remove lower leaves, and place it in a jar of water. Ensure the node is submerged. Change the water every few days. Once roots form, transfer the cutting to soil for growth. Sweetheart Hoya, Hoya carrii. Hoya can be easily grown in a glass of clean water with cutting in an area where it receives bright, indirect light. Fiddle leaf fig, Ficus lyrata. The fiddle leaf fig is a tropical plant that thrives in warm and moist conditions, making it an ideal choice for a soilless vase. Dracaena. It can adapt to growing in water. Glass jugs and narrow jars are good for them. Just remember to use chlorine and fluoride-free water. Lotus, Nelumbo. A dwarf lotus can thrive in bright, full sun as long as the temperature stays above 32 degrees Fahrenheit 0 degrees Celsius. Temperatures below freezing can be fatal to the plant. Aluminum plant, Pilea cadierii. It shows off variegated gray-green foliage that looks more beautiful in glass jars filled with clean water. Keep your water-grown plants in medium to low light. Croton, Codium variegatum. Croton plants can thrive in water as a temporary growing method. Simply place a cutting in a jar or vase filled with water, ensuring the bottom nodes are submerged. These plants are resilient, low maintenance, and perfect for water-based setups, making them excellent choices for a healthy and beautiful indoor environment. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe.